Over the last 5 years, I've been searching for something mythical. I've been searching for the perfect night of stargazing, which, believe me, is seemingly impossible to find in the middle of England. I've travelled to some of the most remote locations on the planet, as well as some of the most romantic. So join me as I explore the darkest corners of the planet in search of more than just the brightest stars in our night sky. I'm Damon Scotting, and this is Astronomical. This month, I'm heading to one of the most romantic destinations on the planet, which also happens to have Bottle 1 skies. This is the Maldives. Alongside my stargazing videos, I also wanted to do a video comparing what it's like travelling to the Maldives with a budget of £1,000 versus £10,000. We'll get to the £10,000 part later on, but for now, let's enjoy our low-cost adventure to paradise. This is Mafushi. The island was a decent walk from one end to the other. Located at the opposite ends of the hotels is Mafushi Prison, and here are what I believe were the local children of the island running laps. Not prisoners, I don't think. With islands so sparsely populated in the Maldives, there was very little room for any light pollution, which suggested that once the sun set, I would be blessed with some of the clearest skies on our planet above the crashing sounds of waves. But this was the party end of the island, which meant lots of loud music and high-intensity light shows. Once it had gone midnight, however, the party shut down and there were some truly spectacular sights to be seen. In fact, just above the horizon, you could see the Andromeda Galaxy as a faint grey smudge. Being so close to the equator meant that the constellation of Orion rose and passed almost straight over my head, which is something I'm not used to. I perhaps didn't have the total privacy I was envisioning on this trip. I'd imagined I'd be able to find a quiet part of the island to film. But of course, as a 26-year-old English lad talking to a camera by himself and gesturing towards the skies, it does attract a bit of awkward attention. As well as being aware of the location of my camera equipment, I also had to be careful not to step on any of the locals, that is, the crabs. It wouldn't be long before I'd abandon filming to focus on filming them in their adventures to cure their midnight munchies with these magnificent blue, bioluminescent plankton. I'd had some good nights on the shores of Mafushi stargazing, got some decent footage for a few new series I'm excited about, and spent very little on accommodation and food. But if I'm being honest, had I have gone home at this point, I would have been very disappointed. I took a speedboat transfer back to the airport, where I was then going to transfer to my next hotel, the Radisson Blue Maldives Resort, where I would travel via seaplane to my own private overwater villa. This place is stunning. Checked in, come into the room, and this is what they have laid out for me. They have two little smoothies just over there. Smoothies? Actually no, fruit juices. But this display here, welcome Mr. Scotting, Damon. Fantastic, look at those macaroons. Look how nice they look. This place is enormous. Right, so clearly a lot of space. Beautiful long desk over here. Now we're getting to the really cool part. Inside here we have the bathroom, of course. Beautiful bath. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. And talk about the view you have as well. You can see a nice little ladder to get you into the water. And then over here we have the best sight of them all, and that is your own private swimming pool. So we are in an overwater villa. I don't know how much I trust that. I really don't know how much I trust putting my entire body weight on there. But I suppose if you fall through, it's not the worst thing in the world. Look at that. How bloody amazing is that? It was at this moment, as I was swimming in my private pool as the sun set behind me, that it dawned on me. My life has peaked. Seriously, how does my life get any better than this? Unless I one day become the host of the Sky at Night or Arsenal win a Champions League, then this is as good as it gets for me. I say it can't get better, but then the sun sets, and boy oh boy, does it get even better. Wow. I slept like a baby that night, and what a perfect first day. I went for what was one of the best breakfasts of my life, and I say that because I had at least 4,500 calories. This is it, by the way. This is the life. If you'd asked me at any point during the last 10 years what I'd like to be doing with my life, it would have been this, what you're seeing right now. Eating like 8 hash browns, 4 sausages, bacon, croissants, brownies, waffles, and like 5 smoothies before jumping into my own private pool and swimming until my heart's content. Jackpot, baby. It got a lot cloudier later in the day, so I finished it by watching Arsenal beat Chelsea as I waited for the skies to clear so that I could shoot the intro to one of my newest series. Our night sky is filled with many wonders, but the vast majority of these wonders lie beyond the limits of our naked eye capabilities. We cannot see them without the aid of cameras and telescopes. So how do we know they're there? Well, in this series, I'm going to showcase 42 of my favourite wonders of the night sky. And we're going to use the most advanced telescopes and cameras available on our planet in order to see them in all their miraculous detail. I'm Damon Scotting, and this is Astronomical. I'd hoped to get some more astronomy filming done when I woke up just before sunrise, but the weather had a very different idea. Was I going to let this rain stop me? Absolutely not. Tomorrow's a new day. Hopefully the weather will pick up by then. The weather has been horrendous. The howling winds have driven me to the point of madness. Oh, yeah, okay. I think the wind's picked up a little bit now. I need to get out and make the most of this island before I go home. But when will the rain end? Now. There's a parting in the clouds. I read that kayaking and paddleboarding are included as free excursions for guests on the island. Right, so I turned up to go kayaking, or paddleboarding, I wasn't too fussy. And it was still sunny, very sunny, and I got told, sorry sir, it's going to rain soon, so we can't go out there whilst it's cloudy. And I said, oh okay. I've just been dropped off back in my room, and he was right. He was right, it was going to rain, it is raining. Of course, the best day of the trip had been the first one. Of course, you had to give me a taste of the grandest paradise only to rip it away and tease me with it for the rest of my stay. Only 2 days left before I go home. Time flies, and very soon, I will too. It happened. It finally happened. As the moon set below the horizon, I could see the stars, and you will never believe what I saw next. It's the last day of the trip. I don't want to jinx anything, but the weather is looking good. Could we be about to finish with another final night of stargazing? Oh, that's better, much better. As the sun sets in the west, an 88% illuminated moon rises in the east. In doing so, it will wash away many of the dimmer stars in our night sky, but it also lights up the crashing waves and creates an entirely different landscape. A very unique experience for my final night. This time tomorrow I'd be back in England, where it was also raining, but with a mild hint of depression. My plan was to soak in the last few hours of these Maldivian skies and stay awake long enough so that come tomorrow's flight, I would be so tired I could sleep through most of the 12-hour journey. I watched the moon rise and set as I swam to the sounds of the crashing waves beneath and around me. I'd managed to record all the footage I needed. The trip has been a success. The Maldivian skies had been everything I imagined they'd be. I would like to come back here someday, but with one of my telescopes and a pair of binoculars, and I'd like to time it so I was staying during the peak of a meteor shower, as I was truly amazed by how many meteors I saw, despite there being no ongoing meteor showers. If you enjoyed this episode of Stargazing Adventures, then make sure you're subscribed and have the notifications bell turned on for the following episodes. Leave a comment down below if there's a place on our planet where you would really like to explore their night sky. Until next time, I'm Damon Scotting, and this was Astronomical.